Welcome to the DefCam. Aftermath of the Pahalgam incident has cast a long strategic shadow over the already tense relationship between India and Pakistan, with the potential to shape regional security dynamics for years to come. From Pakistan's perspective, the escalation risk has grown substantially, prompting a recalibration of military posture, diplomatic strategy, and national resilience in anticipation of possible Indian kinetic or hybrid responses. The future trajectory of India-Pakistan relations is likely to be defined by competing strategic doctrines, evolving technological capabilities, and the pursuit of escalation control without compromising deterrence credibility. Pakistan perceives Indian military options post-Pahalgam as ranging from covert special operations and limited precision strikes to a broader doctrine of shallow incursions intended to create strategic depth. Indian military assets capable of such actions include long-range multi-role fighters supported by electronic warfare, mid-air refueling, and real-time surveillance integration. The increased probability of India employing swarming drone attacks or precision-guided missiles with standoff range to avoid airspace penetration informs Pakistan's enhanced vigilance posture. These scenarios suggest a shift in India's operational preference towards short, sharp, politically calibrated strikes that maximize psychological impact while avoiding conventional war triggers. Pakistan's assessment also includes the likelihood of synchronized cyber and information warfare aimed at blinding or degrading Pakistani response networks. Indian attempts to fuse real-time space-based intelligence with tactical operations pose a threat to Pakistani command and control structures. In response, Pakistan has initiated a robust multi-domain readiness framework, which incorporates survivable basing for air power, redundancy in communication nodes, and constant airborne surveillance of Indian military corridors. Pakistan's Air Force has repositioned advanced multi-role fighters to harden forward operating bases, while integrating BVR interception capabilities with electronic warfare and aerial denial strategies. Its early warning platforms have been tasked with persistent monitoring of Indian aerial and missile activity. Meanwhile, air defense systems have been deployed in overlapping sectors, ensuring critical infrastructure such as command centers, logistics hubs, and radar installations remain protected. To counter saturation attacks, electronic warfare units are tasked with disrupting incoming targeting data and guidance channels of hostile platforms. The ground forces have rehearsed counter-penetration doctrines and are prepared for shallow battlefield engagements should India attempt a limited incursion under its rapid mobilization concept. Pakistan's strategic calculus includes rapid escalation dominance through integrated ground-air coordination to repulse and impose costs on advancing forces. Alongside conventional responses, special operations units are prepared for retaliatory raids on sensitive Indian positions or logistics nodes to create pressure on the adversary's interior lines. Pakistan also prioritizes precision retaliation using air-launched cruise missiles with terrain-following capability, satellite-independent navigation, and real-time reprogramming capacity. Such strikes are designed to hit Indian supply depots, radar sites, and forward air bases while avoiding high-density civilian zones to manage escalation optics. These responses are tightly integrated into wargame scenarios, supported by cyber countermeasures and strategic deception techniques designed to complicate India's targeting and strategic assessment. The Navy's surveillance and strategic deterrence elements contribute to the broader deterrence matrix, reinforcing Pakistan's ability to impose multi-theater costs on India in the event of a conflict expansion. Strategic deterrence remains the cornerstone of Pakistan's response doctrine. The posture of full-spectrum deterrence includes credible delivery systems, operational readiness of strategic assets, and calibrated signaling through missile exercises or publicized readiness tests. Pakistan is cautious not to cross nuclear red lines prematurely but reserves the right to escalate if strategic equilibrium is threatened by overwhelming conventional force or territorial violation. Command and control remains centralized to avoid unauthorized actions, and secondary strike platforms are activated to guarantee response credibility. The future of India-Pakistan relations post-Pahalgam thus hangs on the delicate balance between signaling and miscalculation. From Pakistan's view, the imperative is to deny India the belief that it can undertake punitive action without consequence. Deterrence must be underwritten by capability, credibility, and communication, while the diplomatic space must remain active to allow de-escalation channels to function. The strategic environment is further complicated by shifting alliances, domestic political pressure, and external expectations from major global powers that seek regional stability but often interpret South Asian crises through selective lenses. For Pakistan, the long-term strategic response involves not just immediate retaliation but a deeper reorientation toward multi-domain integration, including space surveillance, artificial intelligence-driven threat analysis, and automated response management. The defense industrial base is being upgraded to reduce dependency on foreign supply chains, especially in areas of advanced munitions, drone warfare, and digital battlefield management. In parallel, military training emphasizes adaptive decision-making, decentralized operations, and jointness across land, air, and sea forces to better prepare for modern conflict dynamics. The overarching conclusion from Pakistan's side is that strategic patience cannot be confused with passivity. Any action by India that disregards the cost-benefit ratio of escalation risks inviting a calibrated, technologically sophisticated, and diplomatically justified response. In the emerging regional architecture, Pakistan seeks to assert sovereignty, preserve deterrent stability, and prevent the normalization of coercive military action as a policy tool by its eastern neighbor. The future remains uncertain, but Pakistan's doctrine is evolving to ensure that readiness, resilience, and responsibility remain at the core of its national defense and strategic planning. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos.